Tantrum House Studio 3 and to our Tantrum Talk. I'm Will.
I'm Ryan.
Katie. Sarah. Melissa.
And Kevin. Today we are doing our bucket list of board games from 2019 that we wish we had played!
There's so many.
There's still a little bit of time in 2019.
That's true.
We could still manage at least some of these.
Are we in our trailer?
Thank you guys so much for joining us. Here's our cool intro video, and then we'll be back. So we're hanging out tonight, and we are talking about the games that we didn't get to play this year. Now, the cool thing is, a lot of the games that I didn't get to play, Kevin got to play, or
maybe
Melissa got to play, or somebody else in the group got to enjoy. So we'll be talking about sharing some of our insights with each other, and then there are plenty of games that we also didn't get to play at all, and we'd love to know if you guys played them.
Yeah.
So
but
first, questions and all that good stuff. But yeah, first
we have to do a shout out to our episode sponsor, Tantrum Talk sponsor for the year. We really appreciate Academy Games sponsoring us this year for this. So we're ending the year with our bucket list, and Academy Games has put out some great games. One of our favorites is Tudor. I know you guys like some of the historic games, so
yeah,
the kids.
we've had a good time with a lot of the Academy games.
Yeah, so check out Academy Games and look at their games, especially if you're looking for some good Christmas gifts. But onward and forward to the bucket lists. So, before we start that, so I was at this Chinese restaurant last night.
You want to share some treats with us?
Literally sat down, had some General Tso chicken, and they're like, at the end we were finishing up, they're like, Merry Christmas! And they gave each of us this huge can of like Chinese cookies, assorted biscuits. And we're like, oh.
Is it super heavy?
It was like, wow, what's inside?
So instead of a fortune cookie, you got an entire tin of cookies.
Actually, we got like a bunch of fortune cookies too.
You also got fortune
cookies?
cookies?
He was taking fortune cookies out of his pocket.
Oh my goodness.
And I was like, that's kind of odd because it's like middle December. It's like Merry Christmas, it's fine. And they're like, here. And so I'm not sure what to expect inside of this.
Right?
Right?
What are we getting? What's
And then I look inside and it's individually wrapped, different kinds of biscuits. And so they have banana
Cookie
and
biscuits.
honey. Yeah, thank you.
Yes.
Cookie biscuits, deluxe and chocolate. Anyway.
What was it? Black currant. Black currant was very
Does
good.
anybody know what that is? Can you give me the lowdown
Yeah,
on what that
black
means?
currant is kind of like a very tiny grape.
Oh.
That's why it tasted strangely fruity to me. I was like, I don't know what to expect. It was white cream, and I was like, I don't know.
Black currant is more popular in Europe than here in the U.S.
Okay.
I always like envision a blackberry or a mulberry
Me
or
too.
something.
Or
when I
black
hear-
cherry.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're real little berries.
All right, we got some people watching. Let's see, someone's trying to figure out a great game to get their wife for Christmas, so they hope they hear about something tonight.
Awesome.
Go ahead and start writing in the description right now the types of games she already likes, and then I'm sure us or somebody in the audience will make the perfect
We have
recommendation.
another really interesting question. It has nothing to do with our bucket list. It's talking about Tantrum House. Talking about the intro. How many times do you change the intro, and how long does it take to make such an intro?
Great
Well,
question.
Yeah.
Yeah, well,
So we actually just shot our season 7
7.
intro like a week ago. Usually we nail it, like one try. Just kidding. Not too many tries though. Ben, our videographer, does a fantastic job of it.
Yeah.
He does everything perfectly. It's just a matter of whether we are a cue or
Yeah.
not.
The actors are
Right.
at fault
People
usually.
to work with. So we shoot once a year. We do a new season every year, and we brainstorm some ideas, and then we go shoot it. Usually takes all
we
morning.
brainstorm ideas, and then Will changes his ideas and thinks that he's actually doing what our ideas are.
Yeah.
Right, Katie?
It's
Right.
worked well so far. Great ideas, everyone. We try to have a lot of fun with them, though. Usually the shoots are pretty enjoyable. I always have a good time.
That's good.
And then
Then we went out to eat afterwards, and it was fun.
That's always even better.
Yeah.
And then Ben does a bunch of cleanup on the videos, and hopefully by 2020, whenever next year is ready to go. So,
Yeah.
Good question.
So perhaps look in January time-ish, and you'll see the new intro for all our videos. So
For a year, and then if you hate it, we'll revert or we'll come back to whatever. But you're gonna love it. I think we did. I think we knocked it out of the park.
Cool. James says hey. James Reed.
What's up, James?
Hey.
All right. So we have on here our bucket list of board games, and I know all of us have lots of different ones.
Mm-hmm.
So why don't we just go down and each talk about one, and we'll see how the evening goes. So who wants to start? Will over there?
I'm on the end shirt. Alright, so I'll talk about one that I know you guys have played. That looks interesting to me. Taverns of
Tiffenthal.
Taverns of
You got it right there.
Taverns of Tiefenthal.
Yeah. So I haven't had a chance to play this one yet.
Yes.
It sounds chunky and great.
Okay.
Good Euro-y style action.
Definitely a Euro game. Dice drafting.
Ooh, I love that.
There is some upgrading your tavern.
Deck building.
Definitely deck building going on. And the object of the game, of course, is trying to build your tavern up. And you do that multiple different ways. And you're trying to collect beer and coins. And
So Cavern Tavern, same goal, dice drafting.
yes, but in tavern times you're trying to fulfill orders.
You're
Right.
doing orders.
Right, in this one you are trying to seat guests, and
Okay.
how you do that is you're trying to basically collect a lot of beer and a lot of gold each round. And you do that by taking those dice that you're getting and placing them on different
Right, but
spots.
your spots are different every round because it's based on the cards you're drawing from your deck.
Yeah.
And once all your
deck.
seats are filled, you can't draw any more cards.
Oh, okay.
Not all of the cards go on seats though, so some of them is like, oh, this one produces more beer. This one lets you draw, roll an extra die, or this one lets you mitigate your dice. So you're trying to get some of those, and you're trying to get the guests. And everything you buy on your turn, guests or extra cards, goes on top of your deck. So you know that you're going to get those next round.
It's pretty cool because usually when you buy cards in a deck building game, they go into your discard pile and you
Hopefully-
hopefully I see them
hopefully
3
we'll
rounds
shuffle
from
them,
now.
yeah.
Right.
This one I'm going to get these cards I just bought and they're going to go into my tavern. So yeah, I highly recommend.
This one is on my list as well.
So
Is it a fantasy thing? Or no?
They look kind of like dwarves, but they're not.
no,
I think it's just
Tiefenthal is a city in
Germany.
Germany.
Oh, okay.
So yeah, Melissa.
I just think of tieflings, and
Oh.
like teeth means deep,
Yeah.
apparently. So I picture it being like underground somewhere.
I do
Yeah,
agree that I
yes.
should learn how to pronounce it correctly before I play it. So step 1,
Yeah.
Tiefenthal.
Tiefenthal.
Tall.
It's got the TH there.
Yeah. So
But not.
Tiefenthal.
yeah. Spoiler: the ladies are working on our top 10, and this one might make an appearance.
What?
Nyland once said she's already, or he is already looking forward to that. When will that video be released?
And as soon as they record it, within a week after that. So
Sometime
that's every-
next week?
'cause I have to- yeah,
Sometime
sometime next week. Yeah. So I know you guys. You said you were interested in this one too.
I am. I actually got to have a little rundown with Bruce
Oh,
at
yes,
North
because-
Star at Origins all the way back then.
Wow. So North
And
Star's
I
waiting
still
it.
haven't gotten it to the table, and we're already to December.
I'll play it with you. I wasn't interested, but now I am.
And you
We talked
actually
about it.
upgrade your tavern by flipping pieces. It's like this little puzzle
Yes.
is your board.
It's really
and you
cool.
flip the pieces. to
Highly
upgrade them.
recommend it.
Cool. Maybe you just leave that here.
That's fine. We can teach
That's
it.
some Christmas fun.
Mhm.
Brian, what's your bucket list?
Oh,
He's got it here.
yeah.
What is that game?
Or the
I-
board game.
I definitely think that would be a game that you
I
would
think
You
Sarah
talked about
and
it
Bill
several
can talk about
times.
that one.
But in college, lots of Homestar Runner. So I feel like I need to play this game. It looks pretty amazing, and I enjoyed hearing your rundown of it on your top 10. So I was like, oh yeah, I need to play that sometime.
I think that is a great decision. I think you would love it, and it's a quick and easy one, so we can jump into it.
Oh, yeah, we should probably
Yeah, the
Okay,
inside
that's good.
jokes in the game are
spot on with the Homestar Runner cartoon.
Yeah.
So
You
if
should
you
just read the
if
instruction
you
manual while you're here, and then
yeah,
you can
the-
snicker while we're working on other things. Because it's pretty great.
it's one of the funniest rule books I've read in a long time. So, but you have to understand the cartoon.
Yeah.
Is it supposedly written by Strongbad? Or?
Yes. Well,
Yes.
it's edited
Oh.
by
It's
Strong
edited by
So
Strong
it's very
Bad.
similar to the children's book or
Like,
whatever.
Crosses it
Yeah,
out.
Yes.
exactly.
Oh,
He has
my.
one whole page where he's taped over the instruction manual and like just rewritten the entire page himself.
Very
It's
nice.
pretty fantastic.
Yeah.
Kenneth says hey. Hey, Kenneth. All right, Katie. Which one? Which one?
Okay. You hand me this one?
This one.
The end?
This one.
Yep.
Here? What is this?
It's Parks.
I think all of us have played this stuff for Ryan and Katie.
I know, isn't that so pitiful?
This is also on my list.
I know, yeah. So we have not gotten a chance to play. I've seen it out, I don't know, a lot of times on the different boards, and it makes it out to the table, and we just haven't gotten in on any of those games yet.
You played Takedo?
Yes.
The white
The
Japanese theme where you
where
move
you're
forward, you
moving
can't go back.
the people forward.
It's got a little bit of that theme, or that
I'm trying to
mechanic to it.
Maybe.
Okay.
So
It
Well-
feels a little bit like that.
I was gonna say, well, I'm really hoping to get there, and I'm sure everybody at home is snickering at the fact that we haven't gotten to play it yet, because I feel like everybody's played it now.
People love your mug, by the way, guys.
I feel guilty. We'll definitely get down to the table with you soon.
Okay.
Let's not hold out on this.
Yeah, I feel like Katie especially would appreciate the game because you are an artist.
I was gonna say,
And
it's
the
so
game
pretty.
features so many different.
And you've
great
been to a
pieces of
park before.
Jimmy Hudson's in the house. Hey, Jimmy.
I was gonna say, actually, I've been to quite a few of the national parks, so
Yeah.
I feel
I
like
think
I
that-
could look at it and be like, oh, I've been there, I've been to this spot.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. Sarah, what's anything?
Something.
You don't have to be. It could be out of thin air or.
Oh, okay. Let me look at my very long list
Secret
here.
list of.
One that a few people at Tantrum Con played, an early version of, was Flotilla.
Oh yeah, I have that on my list too. Let me.
Me too.
What?
I am
And I have it
very
on here.
jealous
No.
that
Oh,
I didn't.
whoa.
That would be great.
I was very jealous that I did not make it in on the play because I had too many other responsibilities during Tantrum Con, and I saw Derek Funkhauser and JB Howell and people sitting there playing, and I was like, I want to play this game so badly.
Something about like there's the sink siders and then the sky siders, and like
Yeah.
you get to choose when you want to sort of flip what you're doing. I think that's kind of a cool, interesting idea. So
Yeah, I saw.
Flotilla.
Yeah,
Is it
I
Whiz
could
Kids?
have. I could have had it if I had more time at Essen. I could have gotten it to the table.
Okay.
We were so busy though.
Cool.
Yeah.
Good
Alright.
comments. They're saying just play it now, which I kind of agree. We should just have one out that we like take
Are
one turn at a
playing.
time at.
Yeah, if there are games that you are interested that you haven't played yet from 2019, tell us in the comments below, and we'll say whether we played them or not, and
What we thought.
and what we thought of them. Melissa, what's on your list?
I'm going to quickly do 3 because
Oh
they're
my
all
God.
by the same publisher.
Okay.
Okay, go.
See it.
Quickly do three.
So Capstone Games
Oh yeah.
brought out Cooper
Yep,
Island,
it's on mine.
Crystal Palace, and Maracaibo.
Yep, also on mine.
All 3 Euros.
Some of them-
Interesting themes. A couple of them might be actually a little heavier than I normally go.
I heard Maracaibo says like a couple hours, but it might be like 4 or 5 hours.
Yeah, I usually like to
Luke,
keep
I
it
agree.
in the 2.5 hour. If it gets into the 3 to 4 hour, then I get a little bit of fatigue. But all 3 of those interested me.
Yeah.
Crystal Palace is a dice placement, and it's a World's Fair theme.
Man, that intrigues me too now.
So, and I think it has like people from history too in there, and inventions and stuff like that.
That sounds
So, kind of the first World's Fair in London, the Crystal Palace.
You want to read Luke's thing?
You done? Keep going.
Oh.
All right. Yeah.
But
Luke
those
will
are the
wait.
3.
He can be okay.
Those were the 3.
Yeah, awesome. Luke says he's trying non-family members out with Throw Burrito, which is on my list as well right here. Haven't played that yet.
Non-family members?
Non-gamer.
Oh,
non-family members.
okay.
Like, you can play
he's
Throw Through
pulling
Burrito
them
with
in.
any stuffed
Right.
animal.
Oh, with any stuffed animal?
It's more
You know
fun
what?
with a burrito, though, I'm sure.
We have
Burrito to the
some of-
face.
from Big Potato Games. We have a bunch of their potato
You
mascots.
could do that.
We should play the game with those.
Well, I need the rest of the rules, though. I don't actually know what they are. But it
Oh,
looks
that's
fun. I want to try
Just
that.
chuck stuff at people.
It's on my bucket list.
That's
I'm
called
sure my
dodgeball.
kid-
That's why it would be fun.
I'm sure our kids have made up a similar version of this game just on their own.
But he asks the question, what do you think is the heaviest 2019 or not game that he could get non-gamers to play with him? Which is a good question.
What's the heaviest I think at
Heaviest?
non-gamers?
As you said, 2019 or not.
Right. Just,
Could just be
and you
any.
could give him a recommendation on a
Cigar?
semi-heavy game
Oh,
that's
cigar's not
easy
heavy.
to play.
Semi-heavy.
Well,
Heaviest one.
This is to be heaviest.
Man,
I
it
mean, there's like
depends on-
Azul and maybe even Parks because it's really pretty.
I would say
Well-
games like Time Stories, where you're kind of like like if you know
It's
what
an
you're doing and
adventure.
you're walking them through it. Like,
Yeah.
that's not heavy
That's an
necessarily.
But
adventure
if
but
they've
it's
done an
pretty
escape
gamery.
room type thing
Right,
before,
yeah.
they
Yeah.
could handle something like that. Another game that comes to mind might be something like Thanos Rising, where it's not necessarily that hard, but if you like the theme,
Yeah.
Or Death Eaters Rising.
or Death Eaters
Yeah.
Rising.
You
You
like
know,
the IP.
I think that co-op games are an easier way to get those 9 gamers into
I'm
the
gonna
hobby.
help you through
Yeah,
this.
Because
Yeah.
only one person's really playing.
But
Right?
it could be a heavier game. Co-op, like even
Like Obscurio,
Yeah.
which is a
Yeah.
kind of a version of Mysterium, but I actually like Obscurio
Are these
better,
heavy
I
enough,
think.
Luke, or are you looking for heavier?
Because I agree, Obscurio is a great one.
yeah, but it's not a heavy game.
Right, but it's not.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So we have not played Sorcerer City yet, Jimmy, and
That one's the kind of real time-ish
I'm-
tile
I'm not
laying.
sure
I'm
about that.
interested in that
You're
one.
interested in it? Real-time tile laying?
That doesn't
Sounds
sound
like
like
Galaxy
you.
Trucker. Sounds like Galaxy Trucker. That's
I
It
know.
depends on how stressful the real
I
time
was
is.
gonna say you
Okay.
you are so AP. I can't imagine you doing anything real time,
I don't
Melissa.
know. Melissa plays Galaxy
I
Trucker
do
though.
play Galaxy Trucker.
So on my list,
But you have the time to place the tiles if you want to be last. So
If you want to be that.
well, you just start out in the last position as you start the race.
so- wow.
Good strategy.
I'm just gonna sip my
Needle
Needle
mug.
mug.
One that's on my list, Halo X30 just mentioned, Aquatica from Cosmodrome. This has some sort of like a deck building mechanic that
I haven't
is
played that one.
mixed with
Yeah,
this.
I did.
It says 3-layer player board that has a unique mechanism of card rising. So I'm not sure what that all means, but it sounds cool.
Good job bringing it to our attention.
But
Yeah.
it's on my list, and
It is
it's
on your
It's on my list
It's
too.
It's
You're
on my
making
list.
my bucket
Good job.
list longer.
Way to have your attention. Yeah.
yeah. So the
This
themes.
is actually a terrible practice right now.
I know.
So
Say in the end, it just
I'm
get
really,
more
I,
and
like, I
more.
was really interested in it. They have done some really cool games, Cosmodrome, like smartphone, and I think they have that sort of corner on the market that they're doing some pretty cool things in the game industry. So I'm interested in what this game's about. Aquatica sounds like a cool theme, and this like rising mechanic. I don't know, what does that mean? So I'm interested in it. So Aquatica, back to Will.
Okay, so have you guys played? I know some of you guys have played
Oh, hold on a second.
something.
Someone-
What's happening?
Yes, this is a never-ending
You were
story.
joking about taking your shirt off earlier.
What?
Is that happening right
This-
now?
This is someone asked about my shirt.
I was looking at it
Yeah.
and thinking, like, I remember I recognize the Never Ending Story, but I don't know what that other thing is.
So,
Irish weed.
This is Neverending Story with the luck dragon
Yes.
Falcor.
and Falcor and the wolf like mixed into the design from the pendant.
Oh,
So-
okay.
It's pretty cool.
It is pretty cool. I've
Anyway,
played that one for a while.
sorry.
Good job.
Thanks for watching.
Went to that one.
That
Um,
one.
That one.
I know some of you guys have played Artemis Project. I have not yet gotten to try that. That's the next one on my bucket list. The artwork for it looks fantastic. Components seem pretty cool. What's you guys' take, those of you who have played it?
So I have to admit, I haven't actually played a full game.
Of what?
I
Okay.
have
Artemis
Artemis
Project.
Project. I've
Oh.
only done a demo.
Okay. Still give us the
But
rundown.
one thing that I like about it is that it is dice rolling and then your dice worker placement. But it doesn't matter what the numbers are that you roll, all of them are valuable in a different way.
Yes, right?
Yeah. They,
That's cool.
That's, I think, a very key point to that game.
Yeah.
Kevin and I did a preview of the prototype before it
And
went
we
on
played it multiple
Kickstarter.
times.
Yes. And we do actually have a copy of the published game now, and I agree, I really enjoy the aspect of each area resolves the dice differently. So some places you want high dice, some places you want low dice, some you're using your dice to bid how much you're gonna pay for a card. So
And even if like for some reason you can't use the dice, there's this spot in the middle of the board that you can place dice that basically can start going up that track too. So pretty
so
cool.
you never have a completely useless die.
Yeah.
You'll at least get some sort of benefit.
So if you had to rank the two, which one would I like more? Taverns of Tiefenthal
Tiefenthal,
or Artist Project?
you
Which one? If I could only get one to the table.
right now, I think you like Taverns better.
Alright, cool.
All right, Ryan.
Lord of the Rings,
Oh, good. I'm glad you mentioned that one.
fantasy flight game.
If you haven't watched the guys, which camera am I looking at?
That one over there.
Kevin, the little light tells you which one to look at.
A light. It's right there. It's so bright.
If you haven't watched our top 10 guys board games of 2019, This game is my number one. This is my number one game.
Spoiler.
Yeah.
They can go watch it. Like 19 other thousand.
So, is it like Descent or?
It's like Mansions of Madness.
Oh, okay.
Have you played Mansions of Madness?
I don't think so.
Which I think is also
It's
like Descent.
Very similar
Yeah.
to Descent, but this is it's more similar to Mansions in that it has an app that it's using. I don't think Descent has an app.
They came out with an app.
Oh, did Descent
okay.
come out with an app?
They have an app
I
now.
think I have played Mansions.
Can you see that?
No, you can't.
Cool.
But very
So
cool.
this is a co-op adventure game, and it's set in the universe of the Lord of the Rings universe. And Melissa and I have played this many, many times. I have personally played it over 30 times.
It is a campaign.
Yeah,
Wow.
I've played multiple campaigns. 'Cause-
30 campaigns?
No, I've
Oh, okay.
played like each campaign is about 14 games. So I've played through the campaign twice, and we've started a third campaign, which is basically they've come out with new content, DLC.
Oh, I was
downloadable
gonna
content.
ask, like, is
Yeah.
there some reason to continue playing?
Yes. So the first one's called The Bones of Arnor, and I played that twice, and now they've come up with a new campaign called The Hunt for the Ember Crown.
Oh,
I
well,
really like it.
when you're done with your next campaign,
We can start a new campaign.
we're both interested in playing it.
Okay.
I didn't put it on my list because Ryan already had it on his.
Yeah. I actually just started another campaign with some guys at work.
Sweet.
Yeah.
So,
Well, there you go.
so fourth campaign. We got some more questions,
Cool.
Will?
We do. We got some good comments in here.
Okay, cool.
First off, I also cried when Atreyu lost his horse. I understand. Every channel does a Games of the Year, but what about Publishers of the Year?
Ooh, man.
Maybe Melissa just listed 3 from the same publisher.
Man, yeah, but that was some things we haven't
We
played
haven't
yet.
played 'em,
So we don't know
Oh,
if they're good or
sure, They
not.
might not be the
I
great.
would say, like, Stonemaier put out Wingspan and Tapestry this year.
2 very solid
Two
ones for
solid
sure.
games, of course. Wingspan's won lots of awards already.
Mhm.
I know Tapestry, people love it or hate it, but I really do enjoy a good game of Tapestry. I think he puts out some quality product.
Yeah,
so.
I can see a couple in our stack here are from Renegade. I know that they put out several
Yeah.
good ones this year as well.
AEG had quite a
Yeah,
few
it's
good ones.
hard.
Yeah.
We could I guess we could do a top 10 of publishers. That wouldn't be hard.
For the year.
Yeah,
For the year.
for the year.
There we go.
For the
You
year.
Yes,
just
it
do,
depends
you just do
on
As
what-
the Day as one. That covers like 50% of the games, and then we can pick the other ones as we go.
Someone's
Honorable
asked about the Magnificent. Well,
Ooh,
funny that you
well,
say.
well.
Oh, I see the orange light over there.
Oh, good, Kevin. Good
Thank
job.
you.
You noticed it.
Observant.
Funny that you talk about that. We just played this the
Some
other
of
night,
us did.
Yeah, on
Yes.
Monday.
Monday night. So
And I didn't share this photo. I should have, because we actually didn't get to finish our game before we started having to set up for our podcast, and we were determined to finish. So we're like in the floor, like trying to play.
Our game topper, we conveniently just moved over to the side on the floor, and we're all laying on the floor.
We're all laying on the floor,
around
like
playing.
doing our pieces and stuff. It was pretty funny. I
and
did
they
a
wait.
picture.
They counted up the end game points on my behalf because I had
Kevin
to
didn't win.
and I didn't win.
We gave you the max possible points if you'd made all the correct decisions at the end.
What if I
Yeah.
made better
And you still didn't
Right?
win, so there.
No, it's fine. Yeah, I really enjoy. So going back to the Magnificent, I really like how the dice are used in the game, but it's more than that because the gems are with the. You're using those to enhance your dice.
Oh
and
yeah, there's
it's-
a ton of different ways to manipulate your dice.
It's
And,
really cool.
and what you can do with your dice.
Yeah, I
which
would
is,
definitely say high on dice manipulation, which is really cool.
Yeah,
I like that.
The cards that you're getting in the game. Oh, and tile placement too.
Yeah.
yeah,
Because
that
you're
was
building your camp.
a really unique. I thought that was strange when you first suggested play. I was kind of like, I don't know, and then you're like, well, it's dice worker placement, and then it's also tile placement. I was like, oh, okay, well I'm in. This is a weird combo. I gotta see how this works together.
What I liked about it was you have 4 cards that you will use for the round to place your dice on, and you get a bonus
I like that.
action or a resource that you gain. But then one of those cards, you are going to use the bottom half to score that round. So you also have to pay attention. If I score this card, it's going to go away next round.
I'm not gonna have that ability
and I don't
anymore.
get that ability anymore. So
I love that kind
Yeah,
of push and
yeah.
pull thing. That like hard decision. I
And
love that.
We played the A side of the player board. There's a B side, I think, which gives you more.
Is it a harder side?
I'm pretty sure it's more asymmetric. I'm assuming.
Mhm.
So I guess we can try that out
More
sometime.
We should.
By the way, Amy, I have painted the miniatures to Lord of the Rings, and I would show you, but you wouldn't be able to see them because they're tiny, because they're miniatures. So
We probably have some pictures on our social media.
there you go.
And our video. We have a video of
Oh
it.
yeah, on the video that we did, I threw some pictures on ours when I talk about it. So whose turn is it for real?
I think it's
Is
Katie's.
it Katie's turn?
Is it for real my turn?
For real.
Okay. I'm gonna pull out War Chest.
Oh yeah,
Yes.
the expansion.
There is the War Chest expansion.
But you haven't played the War Chest at all yet.
I haven't played War Chest at all, and then
Join the
here's
party.
here's the
Nice.
expansion
Same with
already.
Kevin.
Yes.
Although now it's a joke. Kevin's probably never gonna play War.
I
No.
probably won't play just to say.
You could have a
I
Kevin
would love
versus
to
Katie match right now.
Love to play a War Chest someday.
I'd like to see a showdown of Kevin and Katie playing War Chest.
Mm.
Because it can get a little brutal if you.
It can get brutal.
Kickstarter backer rewards 2021.
Yeah.
Pretty good expansion though.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
think so. If you haven't played the original, which you need to, obviously, it is very solid. Abstract strategy,
Cool.
really cool strategy game. The expansion added, it doesn't really change anything significantly, but it gives it more life.
More
so
options and
you're
stuff.
gonna get more playability out of it if you've already mastered other combinations of
You need
cards.
Yeah. And I would say they kind of took the idea of chess, where each player has a different type of movement, and so they have that, and it has its own ability with that specific movement.
That's cool.
And then it's on a different shaped board.
Yeah, I think the beauty of it is I've seen a number of other games try to redo the chess thing, and I think it's just a combination of really elegant components, just enough difference of play that it doesn't feel
It
like
doesn't feel like chess.
stale,
Yeah.
and the replayability is so high because there's so many combinations of
Yeah.
pieces. So
Moving on.
good stuff.
Sarah?
Another one in my list is Colors of Paris.
Oh, this was on my top 10 list. Colors of Paris.
So this one has a rondelle
Yes.
circle where your players
we can still
will
see you.
go out, and it rotates every round or so.
Every
or
round.
It may rotate
Yeah,
depending on who's controlling the
Yeah,
rotation.
I would say 9 times out of 10 it's going to
It's
rotate.
going to rotate. So you have to pay attention to what your meeple is gaining this round and next round.
Yeah.
And it's art themed. I used to teach art, so obviously it's going to pull me.
Yeah, because you
I'd
got
play
the,
it with you.
Yeah.
Sarah.
I know.
you have the mixing of colors. You have the worker placement, which I really like, and
I did see this at Essen. It has a different name in your. I think it's called Old Masters.
Old Masters, yeah.
Mm.
So
Colors of
you're also
America.
trying to figure out how you are upgrading your things on your player board, because you're upgrading how much you can paint, what kind of paint you're getting, or how much paint you're getting, how many things you can actually paint. So I actually tried a different strategy. The last time I played, I didn't paint anything. All I did was upgrade my studio.
Yeah.
Because you can get points for getting to the end of the
And
upgrade.
how did you do? You won.
Ooh.
You didn't pay anything.
Because you have to paint with
You're
the
like
colors
one
of
of
Paris.
those like super
Yes, I-
avant-garde
you come to my
painters
studio?
who's like,
Do you want to
this is my blank canvas.
Do you see this banana on the wall?
Yeah,
I just
duct
taped
tape.
it up there.
Did you see the post Simon did?
Yes, with my
Yes.
eyes.
I thought that was genius. I was like, oh,
It was
so
modern
good.
art.
Yes,
right?
so if you haven't seen it, Simon put out on social media today a picture of their game Modern Art duct taped to the wall with people oohing and awing
It was
over
good.
it.
It was
just
good.
like the banana.
I got a good chuckle out of
Yeah.
that one.
Yep.
Speaking of feels like chess, has anyone played Paco Saco, chess variant that involves comboing moves? Luke, we have not. I don't think any of us have.
Is
So,
it actually chess or is it?
No.
I have not played it.
I've played 4-player chess. That's
Tell us
pretty
more.
fun.
4-player chess.
Melissa,
Oh, okay.
what's on your list?
We can pick up
This
that
one.
one there.
Pick it up. What's this, Miyagi?
Miyagi, it is. Wax on.
I literally
Miyagi.
was at Haba at Gen Con, and they're like, here's some of the new games coming out this, at the end of this year. I'm like, oh, Miyagi. They're like, no, it's Miyabi. I'm like,
Not as cool.
I was like, when I first saw it, I was really hoping it'd be Miyagi, because that'd be
Is-
cool.
Maybe
Agreed.
that's like licensed or something.
It probably
the
is.
name. I don't
Pretty sure it's
know.
like someone's last name, but.
It probably is, but
But I have not had a chance to play this. I think Kevin's played it, Sarah, Will, Now I know how you all feel.
I really like it. Different take on tile placement.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Stacking is cool. Multiplying. It's got a little of that number 9 feel.
Yeah, totally. You guys like number 9.
Mm-hmm.
I think this is just like a step above
Yes.
the next
Don't
level.
be fooled
Okay.
that this is by a publisher that publishes kid games.
Oh no.
No.
This is definitely a thinky tile placement
I
game.
would say this is much more thinky than, say, like King Domino.
Oh yeah.
Like, but our 9-year-old played it just
Oh,
fine.
yeah.
And
Rule
the rules-
set, not hard.
yeah,
so-
rules not necessarily hard.
Yeah.
There are some expansions you can add in to score differently, which makes you play differently and think ahead differently when you're laying tiles. But
Cool.
yeah, this
Well-
one made me on my top 10.
Oh, all right.
More
We'll have to-
spoilers.
They're gonna get our top 10 before your top 10.
Hey, that's no order.
All right. So
Unless you
I'm
want
gonna
one,
pull
then-
2 out. And you guys can help me with this one.
Okay.
I'm actually interested in these 2 from Spin Master,
Ah.
Wakanda Forever and Sinister Six. Which one? If I had to choose one, and I could only choose one, which one of these 2 would you recommend?
Wakanda Forever.
Wakanda Forever, Sarah. Sinister
I haven't actually played
You should say the
Sinister
opposite
Six.
just to.
So I was gonna say I've not played.
We did a video with our kids, and our kids have played both
Right.
at the time of recording the video, and we had not played the other game. I
Did you see
enjoyed Wakanda
Kind of.
Forever. It has some similar characteristics to Thanos Rising in that
Which one? This one?
Wakanda Forever.
you're rolling dice to try
You
and
know, I said no.
I don't like that mechanic.
it's not. It's only similar in that there is some type of opponent you are trying to defeat.
work together to
Work
defeat.
together to defeat.
So,
But
this
But
is
there's
co-op?
different.
but it's not
No,
co-op.
It's not.
Competitive
It's
co-op.
competitive
So
co-op.
semi-co-op.
Right.
Yeah. And that you're all lose if the bad guy overruns things, but you're definitely against. The
All right,
other
viewers,
players.
Yeah.
tell us now which one you think is better, Sinister Six or Wakanda. You don't even have to play. Just tell me what you think would be better. Tell me what you think is better. Sinister Six just looks different.
It
I,
does.
I
it
love
does.
the art style for it. The little hand miniatures are pretty cool. The way you attack cards. It's cooperative, and then again semi-cooperative because you still win at the end if you actually get the most points. It's a smidgen fiddly. Like if they had a premium edition of this with really nice components, maybe it would be awesome. There's
Like the
so
tokens?
many tiny
You mean war
pieces of
chest
cardboard.
tokens?
If they had those, yeah.
Chest tokens.
Clays in there, that'd be great. It is pretty cool. I love the concept that you're the bad guys trying to win, which is also cool. You're fighting Spider-Man.
Yeah,
in it,
Mr.
which
I've
is
got
pretty
this.
neat. Devil shirt on.
Yeah.
Spectrum. But overall, it's a smidgen. I mean, it's not bad, but it's maybe a little bit more repetitive than Wakanda Forever, and I wish it had nicer pieces.
Okay, cool. All right, moving on. We gotta move on. Move. Back to you, Will.
Back to me. Oh, next up on my
Our
list.
top
I don't
12
think anybody
bucket-
owns these.
That's okay, we
not
can
that
still talk
one,
about
Not that one. Not that one. I already talked about that. Everdell. I have not played.
You played Everdell?
I have played Everdell. I've not played the Pearlbrook, the Spire of Spycrest,
Probably
the
expansion.
Belfair.
So what are some of the things that the expansions bring?
I know that the Pearlbrook one adds a whole other board to the side with a whole other set of tokens and resources
Do
that
you
you're
need
gathering.
an expansion to Everdell?
I do think Everdell's a smidgen lightweight.
Okay.
So it's a really great gateway game because it's got really beautiful components. It's not a hard game to play.
I
but
have not
adding
played it yet. I have not played
really?
Everdell.
I thought you had played it. Okay, well, you need to put that on your bucket
I
list
would
right now.
say it's not like lightweight.
No, it's not lightweight, but it's not. But there could be way more strategy, and so I'm hoping. And
You think this might bring more strategy?
Yeah, I
Cool.
assume that the additional components and additional pieces give you a little bit more to do on your turn, which is cool. Obviously, the components for it look awesome, just like the original. So I have the, I like the unnecessary table presence. So like the tree is cool. Let me spill it out with more stuff going on the sides. Might as well. It looks really interesting to me.
Ryan, anything?
Yeah, I've got a few more.
A few more?
One of the biggest ones, and I feel bad, I don't know much about this game at all. Star Wars Outer Rim.
You know, you're a big Star Wars fan,
Yeah.
so that makes sense.
I keep hearing people talking about it. I see pictures and people asking about it online.
It's a pretty
I
big
want to
game.
play it.
It's a pretty big
but-
game. But you like big games like Firefly,
Yeah,
Yeah.
Battlestar Galactica.
I hear it's kind of like Firefly, and
Oh.
someone was asking which one
I'm
of these should I
suddenly
get.
interested in it too.
But I don't really know. So if you know,
comment below.
Toby says that medium weight for Everdell.
Right.
So.
The edition is medium weight.
Oh, I think just the game.
The game
Yeah.
is medium.
We're having a
It's
hard
not
time
like super
describing
light.
it.
That would be a good one for the guy who was asking earlier about games to introduce people to that are heavier weight. Like Everdell is gorgeous. It's not hard to play.
Yeah.
You can pull people in with that.
Cool. Katie, anything?
I think. Oh, we're gonna talk about Sagrada.
Oh yeah.
That was one of mine as well.
This is from Floodgate, Sagrada, but
The expansion.
Sagrada Passion.
The passion.
Will and I listened to a 99% Invisible podcast
We did.
on the way
Yes.
to PAX
Forgot about that.
Unplugged. It was all about the Sagrada Familia
If
Cathedral.
you have not listened to that,
Basilica.
go listen to it.
It was really
Very
interesting.
interesting podcast.
And I was kind of interested in the game before that. Now I'm like,
Super
I
interesting.
need to see how this game relates.
I think this is just one expansion of many that they had planned.
Yeah.
Because I think Passion, there's like a.
three-part
They have
expansion,
three
yeah.
life and light, maybe.
Yeah, that makes sense.
And there's
So-
one before this one too that adds like players and
Oh,
some
yeah,
other
yeah.
Well,
stuff.
yeah. There's a fifth and sixth player expansion.
Luke would like a quick rundown of Sanctum.
Diablo, the board game.
There we go. All right, moving on.
Very quick rundown.
It's got a little bit of that role player, like roll dice, build up your character stats as you go throughout the course of the game. It's not cooperative, it's totally competitive. You have 4 different characters who have each different abilities, and
Each
keep going,
player
right?
has
Yeah,
their own.
so
board?
on your turn, you either move and select what demons you want to fight you, or you actually fight those demons. If you win, you unlock
Flip the card
abilities.
over. And it's a cool loop.
Yeah, it lets you advance your skill track and possibly equip items, because it will be an item that you can later equip during your rest action on a later turn.
Cool.
And then as you go through, you build up enough power that it's 6 acts, so it's like 6 boards you gradually play through. The 5th board is just
The
more
hours.
intense demon fighting, and then the 6th one you fight like the demon lord, and you die. So pretty much
Perfect description.
almost everybody dies.
It's super hard at the
so
end.
you really need
It's
to
a
build up.
competitive game.
Right.
Yeah.
It's competitive, so
And it
everyone's
is-
going to fight the big bad guy at the end.
Right.
Yeah.
And it is brutal at the
Interesting.
end.
All right, Sarah.
About how long does it play?
Hour and a half.
That's not too bad. So
Yeah,
if you
it's
die,
not
it's not
bad.
that bad.
Right. I mean, you feel like you've made it pretty far, you know, and it's like a how long did I live type of thing at the end, even if you don't make it. I did have one game, Ryan and I demoed this at PAX, and I had one game where all 4 players won. I think the one guy maybe cheated a little bit, but everybody else totally legitimate. That one game.
It's pretty bad
And-
if you think somebody cheated.
And I cheered when they got done, and everybody in the room was like, "Oh, I don't think we've ever had that." 4 people at
Nobody-
the same table.
Yeah.
It is hard.
Wow.
If dice hate you, you might not want to play the game. You can manipulate your dice results, but if your dice don't go your way too much, you're not going to make it.
Okay. Sarah?
Another one that has made it to my house several times, but I haven't actually got to play is Trismegistus.
Trismegistus, the
I
ultimate
know
formula.
this is super heavy.
Yeah, this is definitely one
But
of the
I would
out of,
love
I've
to
seen
try
this
it.
out several
out
times.
of the out of all the
I've
games
never
that are on the
tried to
table.
pronounce it,
Just
though.
feel that for a second.
Oh my
Literally
goodness.
heavy.
Not only is it heavy, it's one of the
Literally
heavier
heavy.
games.
Which was heavier, that one or Lord of the Rings?
Oh, this is totally heavy.
I mean, like physically.
Oh, physically, this one. I think
Well, Lord of
Trismegistus.
the Rings has miniatures,
Yeah.
so
Right,
taking
and
up
it's like
space.
twice
Oh,
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
that one's
compact.
This
like
is like
cardboard.
compact.
Cardboard.
Yeah, this
Yeah.
one's light. This one, I mean, lighter in
Physical weight.
physically.
Yeah.
This one is a strategic, thinky dice placement game that just blows your mind sometimes.
I've heard that it's unnecessarily heavy, but that kind of intrigues me.
Yeah, I mean, it's on my top 10. I mean, I really like it, and I think Board and Dice did a great job with it. I mean, there's really not that much theme to it.
I was
mean,
gonna say,
Okay,
I wish
I'm
I was.
okay with driving.
I wish I was more attracted to it. I don't hate the artwork for it, but it feels a little lackluster to me. I want to like it,
right.
but
There's a couple
it's not
things.
sucking me in.
The theme comes through in that you're transmuting these metals into the other metals,
Yeah.
trying to get gold, of course, because you're an alchemist who doesn't
The
want to
ultimate goal.
You're trying to get gold. And I just feel like some of the symbology could have been more streamlined. I think there could have been a way. But once you understand some of the symbology, it's like the color of the dice matters, The pip value matters. The number of dice that you pull from the pool of dice matters. So because it gives you power. So if there's 5 dice in that pool.
There's no pips, but that's okay.
Yeah.
It has symbols.
Sorry, the symbols of the dice matters. Thanks, Melissa. So
Do you like it better than Alchemist?
this,
Yeah.
better than Alchemist. 2 totally different games.
They're both Alchemists.
Alchemist is deduction.
Yeah.
This is.
Yeah, Alchemist is you're deducing the different alchemical formulas. This one's like a dice worker placement game. So
Yeah, this one has a lot of like trying to combo things and getting your
yeah.
actions in the right order. I have not quite unlocked it
Come, Melissa.
yet. I think you probably have to think a few more steps ahead
You do.
than normally. I like games where it's a little more tactical, where you have to, change with the moment and make those decisions instead of like planning out 4 turns from now I need to have all of this stuff.
Right. Because you're trying to complete, not only trying to transmute, but you're trying to complete the different cards that need certain things. And you're going up tracks. There's just so much things going on. Luke asks, do you prefer Trismegistus or Teotihuacan? Teotihuacan.
Those are both really hard to say.
Right.
Now say them fast and throw in Tavern
And
of the Table.
both something from the same company.
I think I like Teotihuacan a little better.
I think I would put Teotihuacan just a smidge higher than Trismegistus, personally too.
Cool.
But
Interesting. Is it back to
Back
me
to
or is it
Kevin.
Kevin?
oh, so my turn?
Yes.
Yeah.
Or no,
Oh,
Melissa.
no,
Melissa.
me.
Melissa.
A game that was released earlier this year, I think maybe around Gen Con, but haven't played it, is Black Angel
Yep. On my list.
from Pearl Games.
Mm-hmm.
And it has that interesting board that's kind of moving, kind of like Selenia.
Mm-hmm. I think
And
some of you played Selenia, the blimp like moves up the track. I think we played it here.
Yeah, I think I played that.
It moves the dark to light side throughout the season. Anyway.
but yeah,
Doesn't sound familiar.
dice
Obviously
rolling,
didn't play it.
tile placement, hand management.
But a heavier game.
Yeah, it on BGG it says it's a 3.8.
And it's a 2-hour game.
Yeah.
Yeah.
2
Cool.
hours isn't too bad.
That's
It's
not
when
too
it gets to about 4 hours.
Char-
But yeah, anyway, like to play it. Haven't had a chance to.
Same here.
Charles says being intentionally difficult to understand seems thematically appropriate for Trismegistus.
Yes.
I agree.
There's the theme right there.
So one of the games I'm actually interested in is Patchwork Doodle that came out this year.
Oh yeah.
So this is the roll and write version of Patchwork, and all I wrote was sounds awesome. So because Patchwork is a cool game,
Like
and
Patchwork, I like roll and writes.
so why not put them together, right?
Have we not tried it?
I don't think.
Oh, okay.
We have
I
not.
think we
I
have.
did have another
seen it.
roll and
Oh.
write on my list.
Yeah.
That was Corinth.
Oh yeah, I haven't tried Corinth either.
Corinth has been on my list.
Yep.
Hasn't gotten to the table.
I think I've heard it's kind of light,
Yeah, I've heard it's pretty
light to
light.
medium.
I
Which
don't
is
know.
fine. I don't mind light roll and writes.
Yeah, I like the heavier roll and writes personally.
Oh
I mean,
really?
I
I like
do,
light roll and rice.
But I'm sometimes just in the mood for something.
Fleet, top roll and write for me. Lantern's Dice is up there.
Mm-hmm.
So
Did
there's
you
just-
play Florenza with us?
No,
You would like Florenza.
probably my bucket list, but I didn't write it
Yeah.
down. I've got
Should
too
have
many.
been on your bucket
I
list.
like Florenza.
Too many bucket list items.
Kevin, you should have put this on your bucket list.
Everyone.
All right. Well, back
one of
to
the
you.
ones that I'm interested in playing that I have not gotten to try out or even seen is the new Captain Sonar expansion, Operation Dragon.
What?
It's a campaign.
Is it actually out yet?
I think, I don't know, 2019. Good enough. I mean, there's descriptions of what it's going to be.
Comes out December 31st.
Right.
Yeah.
Get in this year. I don't know. I haven't seen it. Captain Sonar is one of my top 10 games. I love the
Wow.
crazy experience that it brings, and the idea of a campaign game just is really intriguing
I think
to
it
me.
has 2 new
Wow.
player boards too.
Right, yeah, brand new boards for people to do, and then you've got missions. You're going like deeper than you were before, which is cool. I don't know a whole lot about it. If you know anything about it, tell me because I'd love to know. And yeah,
I feel like
Operation
that's
Dragon just
totally a
sounds
cheat.
cool.
If it's not out yet.
Yeah, cheater.
Good enough.
All right,
Yeah.
Ryan. What's your
You just went by the date on BGG.
And the fact that I love
So apparently there's a new expansion to Azul out this
Yeah.
year.
So
I haven't played the base game. This is another one of these.
So here's the
that
base game.
I just haven't
So
gotten
it's not an expansion, it's a standalone.
Yeah.
Oh.
Oh.
So Azul, Next Move, I think is the company that comes up with Plan B, is their sort of parent company. Azul is a hugely popular game. They've probably sold hundreds of thousands of copies. Very popular with families. It's easy for people to pick up and play, and just beautiful.
And it has nothing to do with Ghostbusters.
No, sorry.
Shucks.
But then there was a second game that came out last year, or maybe even earlier this year, called
We had it at Tantrum Con.
Stained Glass Sintra,
Yeah.
which is basically takes this and makes it a little bit more meaty of a game. And then the one you're talking about, Summer Pavilion, is the third game in this Azul line called Azul Summer Pavilion, which doesn't use square tiles; it uses diamond-shaped tiles. And yeah, but I think it's totally
No, they're definitely elongated.
Stretched in one direction.
they're like totally more diamond shaped. The word on the street is Summer Pavilion's the best out of the line, then Azul,
Oh, interesting.
then Sintra.
Which street?
Yeah,
That's the real question.
the Tantrum House Street.
The block.
Just off front.
We're off the block here.
Yeah.
Cool.
So yeah, I think a lot of us are interested in.
Yeah,
this.
none of
Yes.
us have played it yet.
Yeah.
But
Um,
it'll be at Tantrum.
Summer
It'll be at Tantrum Con.
I'm not even 100% sure Ryan would like Azul. What do you guys think? It seems like a Katie game.
Really?
It's
Well,
tile placement,
it's
so
also
you're-
on my list. I didn't say it, but it's also on my list to play.
Yeah, I think I'd put Summer Pavilion. I haven't played it yet. It looks cooler.
It does
have you
look neat.
played Azul?
I've played Azul,
Okay.
yes.
Cool. All right, moving on
Yeah, it's
to
fun.
Ginger.
Well, he just took my last one.
All right, that's fine. Sarah.
Uh, next on my list are two games that are remakes.
Oh.
One is the new.
The Black Tower?
No.
That's not out till 2020.
No.
One.
Uh,
my date.
Castles of
Dark Tower,
Burgundy,
Dark,
the
yeah.
new version.
Okay.
I love Castles of Burgundy. Probably in my top 10
You
of
guys
all
own it?
time. No, but we just
You
own
play
the
it.
card version, but I have played the
Gotcha.
main one. The other one is Kalis 1303. I would love to. I've never played that one. Never played the original Kalis. I would love to play the new version that has
It looks pretty cool.
streamlined the game.
Yeah,
So-
that's what I've heard. So cool.
those are two on my list. I don't know that you can get the new Kalis out yet.
I think
but
it's like just hitting the market.
I think so.
I got to peek at Burgundy at PAX.
I
looks
I've
cool.
actually heard. This is what I've actually heard is they have the old Castle of Burgundy, which is really ugly. Then they have the new Castle of Burgundy, which the cover looks really cool, but I've heard the inside's like.
It's probably still
But I've actually heard they're actually working on a
Additional
a
one?
super deluxe version. Is what I've heard.
Oh.
I've
Is
heard.
this like rumors?
This is
may
totally
or
this
may
is
not
totally rumors. Totally rumors. But it's
Actually,
probably
they need
right.
to do it.
I actually
know.
got to play Castles of Burgundy for the first time at
Tantrum
Tantrum
Con.
Con.
I remember because I took your
Because
spot.
you finished out, and
Yeah.
I think we won.
I would totally. No, we won.
We
We
did.
totally won.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I got so close to the end, and then Farron just needed me, so I had to go. But Kevin took over.
I heard somebody describing Castles of Burgundy, the original, as like a really attractive game that just looks like it sat out in the sun for too long. And I was like, huh, that does actually describe it pretty good. Like a little washed out.
Yeah, it is. It's actually a very fun game.
Melissa.
This is a game that I played a round at either Gen Con.
You can't put this on your
or-
bucket list if you played
Oh.
part of it.
But I haven't played the whole game. And that is Runestones from Queen Games.
Oh yeah, from Stefan Feld. Yeah.
No, I think that one.
That was a different one.
Yeah, Rudiger.
Rudiger Dorn. Okay.
Yes.
Cool.
And it's a deck building game. You're collecting these runes, and some of the cards you use, I'm trying to remember because it's been a while, but you do have to get rid of some of your cards. So I can't remember if it's like the highest value one you played or if you take 2 actions with it, but as you're going throughout the game, you're getting rid of cards, getting new cards, trying to get the rune stones. It was interesting, the game, so I would like to play some more of it.
My turn.
Mm-hmm.
So I've never played
What?
Paladins
Man,
of
we're getting that one.
Olympus.
Yeah.
I like that one.
I love worker placement games, and this takes it to a different level that I've heard you guys talk about. So give me the spiel of why this is just an amazing game.
Yeah, you would definitely enjoy it. I mean, you played a lot of the other ones. Iconography is very similar, so it's easy to jump into. You already kind of understand generally what pieces are doing.
Okay.
But lots of worker placement action going on your own board and on a team board where you're kind of just racing to get the best stuff.
Okay.
And then the most interesting part of the game, I think, is that the final scoring changes every time, and so it's kind of revealed this is going to score next round this is gonna score, next round this is gonna score, and so you don't even know until like the end of the third round
And
or start of the third
That's
round.
variable each game.
Yeah, what is gonna be the game-winning
Yeah,
strategy?
you know, there are your board, everybody has their own player board that they are placing their workers on. And unlike some worker placements, you aren't just placing one worker. Some actions require you to place up to 3 workers and of a specific color.
Oh wow.
So it makes it a little more difficult to plan,
Cool.
but there's ways to mitigate all of that.
Tim, better late than never. We appreciate you here.
Yes. Something else, well, the right side of your board has 6 different actions
Mhm.
that do different things for you.
Sure.
And
Like a worker placement.
3 of those 6 are going to be end game scoring,
Oh, wow.
bonus scoring,
Okay.
in addition to other points that you'll gain on your board. And this is one that you will not score any points if you diversify too much. So if you do a little bit of
You probably won't
everything,
win. Yeah.
you will score 17 points like I did one time. Not scary.
Because you need to get like a
You
lot.
need
Wow.
to get a
To the
lot
end,
on
yeah.
a few tracks.
So we-
Oh, that sounds like the advice you were given with some other game, Kevin, and it didn't work out for you. You need to diversify, Kevin.
Oh yeah, we
What
played
was that game?
ecosystem.
Ecosystem.
Yeah.
Don't even get me started. Don't even get me started. All right. Should we go one more time around? Let's call
I
it.
have
Call
more
it.
on my list.
I know.
We get to throw them all in at the last minute.
Yeah,
Okay.
this is
Yeah, I got
Last
plenty
part.
more that I could talk about, but
We don't want
Bosk is one of the ones that's
You haven't played
Bosk?
Bosk?
I
You
know!
should have told me. I could have brought it.
Right?
Oh,
I didn't
And
tell
showed
you
you.
specifically.
Oh.
Someday we'll exchange. You can play
War chest.
War Chest and I'll play Bosk.
Paladins.
Looks pretty. Looks super pretty. I'm interested in it. Sounds unique. Would love to try it.
Cool. Ryan.
That was mine.
Okay.
What? You haven't played Box?
No, that was the end of my list. But I haven't played Bosk either. I
Oh
would
my
like to play it.
goodness.
Okay.
I just thought everybody had played Boss.
No.
I'm
It
already
throws me a
out.
little bit because it's not about Star Wars.
Oh, okay.
So we actually. So what?
Confusing, I know, right?
So what happened was we got Bosk when Will was away on some trip, and we played it like multiple times
Yeah,
that
several
week.
times. Yeah.
Yeah, that's
We took
why I'm
pictures and we're
surprised.
showing it like.
And then you're like, Sarah, this is an amazing game. You should play it. So then I played it with them without Will.
Yeah.
How did you avoid that? Were you
He was
on
away.
the same trip with Will?
Oh, I don't know.
I don't know.
It was for game night.
It was a game, yeah. There were
I
a
wasn't
lot of
invited.
us, so we split up. And
I was at the
I
uncool
secretly
table.
played
I'm
Boss.
sorry.
A game that I saw every single person at Origins playing was Shobu.
Oh.
It was everywhere.
Melissa's played it.
I played it.
You guys
Yeah,
played it?
I didn't get to play it.
It's the stone one.
The
Yeah.
stone with the rope.
Smirk and dagger.
I was like,
Smirk and
this.
dagger, smirk and laughter.
Yeah.
One of those. Yeah.
Like,
Cool.
I wanted to play it so badly. Didn't get to play it. Still haven't gotten to play it.
Tim says many people are saying that Paladins is the best of the series.
It is.
So, Kenneth's asking about Tantrum. We will end the episode, this video, about some things about Tantrum. Does that sound good?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Melissa?
Parks
Oh,
is
was
where
there-
you.
Oh,
No,
sorry.
oh,
Just
no,
real
I'm
quick.
not done. Not done.
Quick, quick,
Marvel
Sarah, quick.
Champions is
Oh,
not
that
my
does look
normal
pretty
type
cool.
of game,
But-
but Marvel sucks me in every time.
But just
Fine.
guys.
Isn't it
Yeah.
Marvel?
Champions is the.
It's more of
I
a...
don't even
It's
care
more
if
of
the
an LCG.
gameplay is good. I just want
You just want to play it.
Okay, I just did all my money.
Everybody, I see everybody
Okay.
online playing. The fear of missing out
That's
is
the one
big
we
on that
played
one
it.
for me.
Pete Sherry likes that one,
Yeah.
right?
No.
Yeah.
What one was
Okay,
that?
that was my list
It's
that
like-
I
Alright.
finally just
Cool.
stopped.
Melissa, pick one or
listening
two.
to.
All right. Reavers of Midgard.
Oh, yeah.
Haven't played that
yeah.
one. I know it's just getting out to people.
Right.
So interested in that. Chocolate Factory from Alley Cat Games. It has like the little conveyor
Yeah, I saw that.
belt.
Oh yeah.
It's about chocolate, so
Yep.
you know, has to be good. I think. Have not played the newest Century game, Century and New World.
I'm interested in
Saw
that.
it. It's more of a worker placement
Is it?
one, I
Okay.
think.
Cool.
We have the other two in the series, but just hadn't gotten that one yet.
Cool.
Yeah.
All right, guys. You see these three down here on the
Yes,
floor? I
I
have
do.
not played
Those
any
are
of those
rating
three.
Are you
Do
serious?
we
was
need to
fun.
pull them up?
No, I was
'cause-
about to play one of them, and then I got kicked out because someone had to be taught a different game. So
Oh.
Which one was that?
Nobody can
Was it
see
good
them, Kevin.
I know there's like secret back here.
Mystery.
Gugong, which I know
You
technically
would
came out
love
2018,
Gugong.
but sort of
You would love
2019. Gem Hens.
It's a lot of fun.
It's a set collection game,
Yeah. It's kind of like a movement set collection game.
and then another roll and write, Dungeon Academy.
Yeah, it's a cool one.
So I've not played those three. I'm interested in those three. I think I'd probably be, if I had to pick one right now, I think I'd be most interested in Gugong. But it's
Guzong
definitely
is
one of
your
the
type of
heavier
game.
ones. Yeah.
Dungeon Academy is very quick and
Okay.
fun.
We could just play.
Okay.
All the games.
Is this
Play
a
'em all.
tooth? Sorry, it looks like it could
Kinda
be.
does look like a tooth.
I think it's
Is it a
supposed to
ghost?
be
It's a
dust
ghost.
in the
So we got
background.
we got some questions before we talk about TantrumCon. One is best game art of 2019. Well, Luke, we can't tell you what that is because
art.
we have nominations and voting open soon for our Tantrum House Award show.
Nominations are open now, right?
Yeah, they are.
How can they get to those?
Last
Bless
week.
you.
On our Facebook page is a link.
Okay.
Yeah.
So yeah, we're taking nominations right now for 2019 games. We got a bunch of different categories. We could maybe remember to post a link in the description, but you can get to it on our Facebook page
Yep.
and nominate your favorite game.
Yeah. Let's see. Someone says they love Marvel.
Take my money.
Well, that's like everybody.
Yeah. Let's see. Any new little tantrum babies coming?
Do you guys have an announcement?
No,
yeah.
no
What
announcements
does the
not
question
yet.
mean, Tim?
All right. So let's end with this big convention in South Carolina.
Oh man, who's talking? I always talk. Somebody else. Talking about how cool it is.
So we were just talking about getting some more word out to different stores around the area.
Yep.
So
We've got people who are volunteering all over the U.S. now to put out materials in local game stores, local cafes,
Yeah.
that sort of thing. We're working on talking to some local universities to
Cool.
see if their activities list will include TantrumCon, because that would be really
Pretty
neat.
cool. Are we still looking for volunteers in any spots? If anybody's watching, are they still
We
able to
are. We could still use a few good men and women gamers willing to participate and make our convention awesome.
Cool. Yeah, we're expecting around 600 this year, and really looking forward to some of the really cool things. One of the highlights, I think, is the Turner Meals.
Yeah.
So last year that was a pretty big hit, and we have basically think about a game and themed around a food event. So we had like last year we had New York Slice. It was a pizza party. We've got some cool ones. We got a Chunky Monkey one with ice cream. We've got Winter Chicken Dinner with a chicken dinner theme.
We've got
Like
a
fried
monster
chicken
with-
or
Fried chicken.
oh, that's
Yeah.
that's good.
Yeah, I think it's like a chicken
Yeah.
tender buffet and stuff like
We're
that.
talking about with CGE a letter jam brunch with some breakfasty
What's the
things.
word for that? Like, what do the people say? Proper? Like, you want toasted?
Scones.
No,
No.
it's like
Biscuits?
something weird. I don't know. You know what I'm talking about, right?
No.
Yeah, let's see.
Toast and I don't know.
Crumpets?
Crumpets. Crumpets is good. What else we got with
I
that?
would
Spread.
just like-
What, it's like spread or something. I don't know. I'm not
Spread.
enough.
I don't know. I don't know.
Schmear. Some
Crumpets
people call
and-
it schmear.
Schmear. I don't know.
That's not it.
No, well, it's
It's gonna be hoity-toity.
What are you talking?
I won't be there.
Toby on our street team is watching right now.
Hey,
Oh,
okay.
Toby.
Hey.
And
Let's see. I'm working with
excuse me.
the GM schedule, so making sure that there are learn to play events that people can sign up for. Lots of
Yeah.
different games. Some older ones like Puerto Rico, Power Grid. Some newer ones like.
Yeah.
Even some of the ones we mentioned tonight are probably
Yeah.
on the
So
schedule.
this is like a legit board game
Just
convention.
give me your chance, Kevin. You can have
That's,
Sarah teach you how to play Paladin.
Yeah.
yeah,
So we
yeah,
have
teaching paladins.
we have learned to we have lots of different events. We have just a regular open gaming area. We have exhibitors. We have just everything.
Play-to-wins.
Yeah, anything that you can think of at any big or small convention, TantrumCon has it plus more.
And aren't we having the Star Wars people?
Yes,
We have
a
cosplayers.
very
Yep.
very awesome charity events going on this time.
Yep.
So
Yep.
it'll be really cool. We have an entire trailer full of games to give away.
Yep. Giveaways.
My
Kevin
4
and-
foot by 8 foot trailer is already probably full, so we're gonna need to make a couple.
We couldn't
of
A
even-
couple of trips.
We couldn't even decorate our house for Christmas because our closet that we keep all the decorations is filled.
No Christmas tree for us this year.
Oh, that's so
because
The
we love
sacrifice.
Tantrum Con so much.
The sacrifice
Filled
that
with
we
board
made.
games
Oh,
for
wow.
TantrumCon.
It's hilarious. There's also all of our premier backers last year got a really cool Tantrum House board game backpack We wanted to make those. Yeah, that's it right there. We wanted to make those available for sale to everybody this year, so you can order that. We've also got a couple other ones. Like there's this one cool accordion fold bag and a side strap bag. Yeah. We've got T-shirts and hats, and so all that kind of cool stuff is on the site that can be purchased. Now. Yeah, go check it out because we won't have very much extra at the show. So if you're gonna come and you're interested, go check it out on there. And if you're not coming, we also have shipping options. So those board game bags are pretty handy.
Tim, you know this, but we're doing a cartographers event too.
Yes.
We were just talking to the Funkhausers. I think we have Lizzie, Katie, and Sarah running this.
Yes.
So
like 50 people, 100
50 to
people.
100 people
Playing
all
cartographers.
playing one game of cartographers.
That's pretty cool.
It's gonna be exciting.
Yeah, excited
Yeah.
about that.
Yeah, Thunderworks has hooked us up with some prizes for that too, so it should be really cool.
We would love for you to attend to World Recipe of Life. And someday, you can come to Tantrum Con, South Carolina.
What?
What's happening?
So maybe we should go back to that. Are there any new?
I sent you guys the
Hey,
email.
You're doing
at
it live on the
7:30.
YouTube?
What?
Nobody checks their
Going
email while we record?
Back to the
What?
question of new Tantrum House kids.
What?
There won't be any at the con.
That's amazing. Is it
We're
really?
seeing this. We're
We
learning about
literally
this
keep asking
live.
about this. Tim, how did you know?
Did Tim know?
Did Tim
Yeah,
know?
my man.
Did you
Tim.
email Tim?
No.
Tim, hey
Tim
girl.
can tell. I'm like sitting here like trying to cover my stomach.
So that means you're on 20 weeks if you know it's a girl, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow. Congratulations. You didn't check that. Good job.
Congratulations, guys. That's so
That is
cool.
awesome.
Farron number 2.
I figured you guys already knew because you keep like looking at us several times today.
Looking at
Like
you.
babies?
That's
could
hilarious.
sense
We were
it.
just totally.
Yeah.
That's wow.
Which is
Well,
why I've been
I don't
really
even know how to
tired.
end the show after that.
Can't
That's
be on
awesome.
the podcast. I'm like, I gotta go home and sleep. Tired.
Oh, poor Katie. Hey.
Cool stuff.
Wow. So the due
Congratulations,
dates in.
May.
Cinco de Mayo. Tacos.
Wow,
Well, I
Taco
celebrate
baby.
with tacos.
Hey, man, that's right around the corner.
No.
Man, I'm
Darren's
sorry.
gonna have a little sister.
Good email. I was like, why did you catch it in my email?
We were talking about future planning for
Yeah.
Tantrum House.
Like
and I was
it.
like,
This is
schedule
the
this to
plan.
go out for our meeting.
Fantastic.
Wow, I think that's we have
Yeah,
to say.
can't go any higher than that.
We do
That's,
have to say thank you again to our sponsor, Academy Games. Thank you so much for sponsoring us this year in 2019. And yeah, man, it's great. Congratulations again, guys.
Yeah.
So
Thank you.
I kind of want to go back to the comments, but we'll do that in a little bit.
that's
Keep
right.
commenting. Yeah, lots of congrats. Way to go. Yeah.
We have another live video on Saturday.
Yes,
Yes.
join us Saturday morning, probably around 11 a.m. Eastern time, and we'll be doing a What's on the Table, and we're probably talking about 10-ish games, and yeah, pretty cool.
And then the ladies' top 10 is hopefully coming out
In a week.
next week
Yeah.
sometime.
That'll do it. All right. Thank you guys so much for joining us. See you next time.
Bye.
Nope, didn't work. I was off.
Still live.
We're still
Let's
live.
play this game. Let's play this game. Let's play this game.
Bye.
I know. As I say at this point, what do we have time to play?